right, guys, we gotta talk. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have an issue that I really need to talk about. And it's something that I talked about in my 2018 goals, and I'm really just finding that I'm struggling with it so much to the point where I had to make a decision and I had to make a change. So we're gonna drink some coffee and have a little therapy session, yeah? All right. The problem I'm having is with my TBR. One of my goals for 2018 is to have a shorter TBR every month so that I can give myself the freedom to just go to my bookshelves or go to the library and just pick something that I want to read. Whatever I feel like it doesn't matter. I haven't made commitments to anybody about it. Maybe I haven't even talked about it on my channel for a while. Just whatever I want to read. But that's not happening at all. And I know it's only January. Not even. The month isn't even over yet. But this month, I really found myself really stressed out by my books and by my reading. And that is because I had commitments of books that I needed to read. I had buddy reads that I was planning to read. I have review books that I have commitments for publishers that I need to read. And things were just kind of piling up. I felt really bogged down by it and just very stressed out. Like, I have to read this, I have to read this, I have to read this. And then I had to check myself and say, you don't have to. You don't have to read anything. You don't. And that's very true. I don't have to. But I'm a person that if I make a commitment, I follow through on it. Whether it's a buddy read or whether it is a review book, you know, whatever it is, if I made a commitment to another human being to read it, then I'm going to read it. So obviously I want to read these review books and get them read for the publishers and everything so that they continue to send me review books and ARCs and all that stuff. So those are definitely the highest priority on my list every month that I'm reading because I have commitments to those publishers. I want to follow through on them so that they continue to want to work with me. That's not the biggest problem I had. The biggest problem I had is that I had this huge list of books again this month that I was like, okay, I need to read this, read this, read this, read this. And it was too much. It really, really was. I have long books that I'm reading right now. I am in the middle of 3 books that are over 500 pages. 3 of them. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. And while I love buddy reads, so the people I'm buddy reading with, please don't take offense to this. This is not your fault. This is my fault. But I overbooked myself a little bit. I had 3 buddy reads scheduled to go on the same day. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So what I ended up doing was I just divided all 3 of the books into, little, how much do I need to read each day to get this book read by a certain time? And that was a little bit less overwhelming. So that has helped most definitely. And my buddies were super awesome about, absolutely, that's fine. We'll go whatever pace you need to go at. And they're awesome. I love you guys. So those ended up not being as stressful as I thought they were going to be, even though I had 3 ready to go on the same day. So from now on, I'm just going to commit myself to 1 buddy read a month if that happens. But everything else is just, I could not just pick up whatever I wanted to read this month. And I really found myself craving that. I went to the library and I got 2 books out and they're still sitting here because I haven't been able to pick one up yet. I have 2 friends who gave me books to borrow because they knew that they were books I was interested in, and I haven't picked those up yet because I haven't had time or room in my TBR. And this is the problem that I've been having for a while, and that made me want to make a change, but it's just continuing on into this year right now. So I really, really need to change what I'm doing. So that is what I'm going to talk about here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop doing monthly TBRs. And it took me a while to come up with that because it scared me. I've always done TBRs on my channel since I started almost 3 years ago. And to take that out was a little bit scary for some reason for me, even though I know it's going to be better for my mindset. But I still kind of felt like, well, I have to let people know what I'm reading. How am I going to let them know? I have a Goodreads page that I keep updated all the time. If I start a book, I put it on Goodreads. If I finish a book, I update that on Goodreads. I don't do the in between stuff. Like I don't update where I am or what page I'm on or what percentage I'm at or anything. It's just currently reading. I did do that for a while, but it started to get a little bit too much. I was just like, start and end. That's all I need. So if you want to follow along real time in what I'm reading, make sure you follow me on Goodreads. I have my link down below. Just send me a friend request. I will always accept it. And that's how like you can really keep up with what I'm currently reading. That's the best way to do that. Now, since I'm not going to do monthly TBRs anymore, what am I going to do instead? Because I still want to let you guys know kind of what's coming up and kind of general plans. So I'm thinking I might do like a reading plans video. Instead of a TBR, kind of what are my plans for that month? For example, in February, I can talk about the books that we're reading for book clubs because I'm going to be reading 2 books that month for book clubs. And I can talk about maybe readathons if I'm doing any readathons. I won't have like a TBR for them in that video. I'll probably do like a separate TBR for that when the closer to the readathon comes along, but I could talk about that. I could talk about maybe some buddy reads I have going on if I have any scheduled. So it'll be a very loose TBR, just kind of, you know, here's some things that I know for sure are coming up, but everything else is going to be like whatever. So it's going to be very much more relaxed. It's not going to be a stack up to my head of books that I want to read within the month. And I really am hoping that that is going to help take a lot of this pressure that I am putting on myself. No one else is putting pressure on me, guys. Like it's me. But I just feel, you know, when I make a commitment that I follow through with it. I do. And that's just an ethic that's always been instilled in me with my parents. And I still continue that, and I continue that with my children. And I'm very proud of that. I feel like that's a very strong ethic, but it's also very stressful at times when you overbook yourself, which I tend to do in all aspects of my life. Oh, that's a whole nother therapy session, guys. And I've seen quite a few booktubers do away with monthly TBRs as well for the same reasons. They were just getting overwhelmed and stressed, and their TBRs were stressing them out. And I'm really starting to feel the same way. So I'm going to change it up. Instead of monthly TBRs, you're going to get a reading plans video. It'll be very loose. It'll be maybe 3 or 4 books at the most. And then everything else is just going to be whatever I feel like picking up, really, truly, because it's getting too much for me. My reading is too planned out, and I'm really starting to not enjoy it. And that's not making me not enjoy reading, but when I'm not reading and I'm looking at my list, it's stressing me out. And I'm getting to a point where I don't feel like I can do it all. And, you know, I can't sometimes. There's times where I'm not going to be able to do it all. I need to, you know, be okay with that and not let myself get so stressed out about it, basically. All right, guys, that is going to be it for me today. Those are just some of my thoughts I've been having for the past few weeks here in the month of January, and I just really felt like I needed to make a change. So I'm hoping that this change is going to be beneficial and that it's going to really help me to be less stressed out about my reading and what I have coming up and make me more excited about it. And also just, you know, give myself that freedom that I've been craving for quite a while now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. Do your TBR stress you out the way mine do? Do you feel like you go into every month with way too much to read and not enough time? And let me know those thoughts down below. All right, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.